Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Resin Room. So what I thought we would do today is try the Bond Crafter Squishy Gel. Now this needs flocking powder because if you mix it 1-to-1 it's sticky. But it does say in here that you can measure it by weight or volume, and a slight difference in the hardness of the finished product is determined by the measurement results. So if you do it 1-to-1, which is suggested, it's really sticky. And then it's probably like the other brands that if you do 2-to-1, 3-to-1, it gets less sticky. So we've got our little paw print mold here that it comes with. I've already read the directions. It says do it in layered pours and wait 15 minutes before you do your next pour. So we might do that because I might make these little pads one color and then fill it up with a second color. So we got our little paw print mold here. Let's get all of our bags out. I don't need those gloves. I'm going to clean all of these up before we get started because, like I said, one of them's leaking some oil in there. So I definitely need to wipe those down with alcohol. This is our petroleum product that we're going to wipe our molds down with before we pour. Let's see. I don't know which ones of these I might want to use. These are really cute. Here's our big mold. It says that it can be fully cured in 1 to 2 hours, according to the thickness of your mold. So what we'll do is we'll pour half of this in one pour and half in another. I'm going to try to paint his face with some mica powder. I don't know if it'll work or not. Or we could do the face and the paws first. Give that 15 minutes, come back, do the next layer, give that 15 minutes, then do the last layer on this. So that's probably what we'll do. We got our part A, part B squishy gel. And I definitely will need probably 2 of those because I want to do 2 different colors down in there. Okay. Let me put those in my drawer over here. And then we've got pink and yellow flocking. So we'll do pink and we'll do yellow. And we got our little tiny stir sticks down in this box. Let me move my box out of the way. All right. Now I do have my molds out from my flex rubber kit. I have never used these because I liked the flex rubber so much because it wasn't sticky. My grandbabies love them. So I bought a second kit which came with the same molds. So if I have extras, we're going to fill these up. And this one, it won't set very well. If it's just by itself, it's more apt to turn over. Stick it in the cup. I don't remember who told me to do that, but it works awesome. All right, guys, we got to take our stuff here. I'm just going to rub it on my finger and then just try to very lightly coat this mold. It's going to make it easier for the squishy gel to come out. Now you can use Vaseline, petroleum jelly, whatever you call it, for this as well. And all it does is it just makes it easier for that squishy powder to break loose. It is a type of silicone, and you know, silicone will stick to silicone. But this is going to put just a thin layer between the 2 silicones and make it easy for us to pop loose. I don't know where I started. Let me see if I can tell by looking at it. Yeah, I've got it all now. Okay, that one is good. Now this one. Just get it down in all those little cracks down in there. I like this stuff. I wonder if they'd sell this separate. Also, these colorants, I wish they'd come up with a kit and just sell those separate as well. I did tell Bond Crafter that. I don't know if she understood what I was saying, but I think they would sell in a kit by themselves. And Bond Crafter does have a Facebook group, guys, that you all can join if you don't. If you're not in their group, and if you use their products, they do have contests every now and then that you can win free resin and products. And I do have a 20% discount code for Bond Crafter that I will put up on the screen for you guys, and it's always in the description box on every video. So anytime you're looking for those, all my discount codes are in the description box. And thank you all for whoever has used my codes. That's what helps me to get these free products from Bond Crafter so that I can try them out and show you guys. All right, I think I've got that good. You don't really need a whole lot. All right, now, guys, I'm going to clean these off because I want to use some of these colors in these. So let me wipe these off and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so got everything done. Got all those wiped off. I think it might have been the black one that the oil had leaked out. I don't need very much at all. So, you know, I always like to do part B first. Where's my little, I have little things to open these everywhere. And every time I need them, I can't find them. Here we go. Get this opened here. Now, I think I only need like 5 of each, maybe. And it's still probably going to be too much. Okay. That's why I like my little scale. I can mix up small amounts. And we know it's 1 to 1. We're almost there. Here. 5. Now let's clear that. So we need to put part A. Get it opened here. Okay, and we're going to do 5 of it as well. I didn't get all of that full off. I like it better when I can get all the full off. Do 5 of it. Just slowly pour, concentrate. I want these exact because it is such a small amount. But like I said, it's still going to cure even if you're off because it's just maybe less sticky or more sticky according to how you mix it. Okay. 5.2. That's not going to matter. If I can get the lid back on. There we go. Because y'all know I'm a klutz. And I will dump that over. My husband told me the other day I was the clumsiest person he'd ever met. But anyways, I don't remember what it was. He's like, you know, you need to move that because you're the clumsiest person I've ever met. I don't remember. I set something down or something. I do like to mix these up before I use the color, just because of that oil does settle. I would not use these in resin, but if you make molds, this is a great colorant for your molds. Now, I don't want a lot. This stuff is highly pigmented. Okay, so we're going to start with black first. Get this all mixed up. Now, it says to stir for 3 to 5 minutes. I usually don't stir that long because it usually doesn't take that long. Silicone mixes up so well. I just want to make sure I get that colorant mixed in. And it says stir clockwise, then counterclockwise. And this is just a little tiny bit of silicone. or squishy gel. This is going to be so pretty. And guys, if you do not have their diamond molds, oh my gosh, they are gorgeous. They sell them on Amazon. I've not seen them on their website yet. So you can get them on Amazon. My code will not work on Amazon for the 20% off. The 20% off is only on their products on their website. But let me tell you, I bought the conch shell and the snowman and made it. And it is stunning. They were so pretty, I ended up buying the paw print mold as well. The diamond cat paw print mold. Because if those two are that pretty, that one's got to be gorgeous as well. And I got them and didn't take no time. A week from the time I ordered, I already had them. Probably didn't even take that long, but, you know, it's the holidays. Okay, I think that's good. See how I didn't have all that color mixed up? I'm going to scrape this stick, wipe it off, and then do it again just to try to make sure. I think I got it scraped off all there. Make sure I get all that color. If you don't get that mixed in, you could have places that aren't cured. And then you're digging that color out. So I don't want to do that. But that's why you want to mix, get that color really mixed in there. Okay, we should be good now. Scrape this off. And I'm going to wipe my stick off here. Get that. You can leave it on there. It'll peel right off. It's silicone. It's not going to stick to a your stick. The silicone won't. I mean, it'll cure up. I need to suck this up in this. I'm not very good at this. So, we will see. Because you can see me shaking already. Try to hold myself still. So we can get these little paw prints down in there. I think that's good for that one. Suck up some more here. That face is really going to be difficult. Okay. See if I can get these others done. I can't see if I've got it filled up or not. I can't hardly tell. Okay, I know I do that one. Okay, now I do that one. Now, suck up some more. If I could hold still, it'd be so much easier to do. Oh, I overflowed on that one over there. I'm going to have to see if I can see if I'm able to take a Q-tip and clean that up. And I just moved it and caused that to overflow. I'm not very good at trying to get little tiny areas. That's why I know that face is going to be rough. Let's see if we can take a Q-tip and try to maybe clean this up a little bit. He's going to look a little speckled, isn't he? Looks like my mold is kind of leaning that way. So that could be part of my problem, I think. Well, I just dipped that. Let's get another one. Almost. Okay, and I think one more Q-tip. And I might be able to... Nah. The mold is higher than the other areas than that corner. So his black is going to be on other spots than just down in those. So, oh well. Best I can do. All right. Get his little eyes here. See if I can drip down into that mouth. And get this little eye. Should have left out a little bit and did pink for his little cheeks. So we'll take some mica powder and try to do that. Now, we've got quite a bit of black left. So, I'm going to get a stick here and see if I can prop that up just a little bit there. And now maybe I can take a Q-tip and get it to clean up and not overflow maybe. We'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to or not, but I keep dipping it. Okay, good enough. All right. I'm going to get all this black off. Okay. Let me move that. Now, I'm going to wipe this one down real quick. He's going to be our spare. I'm still overflowing just a little bit there, aren't I? Okay. All right. Whatever we've got left, little bear is getting. So he might turn out a few different colors as well. Let me just wipe him down with this. I really like this stuff. This stuff's awesome. Easy to go on. Okay. There we go. All right. I've got a couple little spots in here on that face. All right. Now, let's see. See if we can get him some black ears. Maybe if we could fill his tail in. See, I've already went over by jerking around here. I hate that. Okay. See if I can get everything out of this one. And I'm going to wipe it down and clean it up. Because I don't think we'll need the small again. Okay. Now I'm going to clean all that. I'm going to throw this in the bin. Alright guys. Let me go around this once more. Hopefully. Alright. Alrighty. Still see a little spot there. There. All right, let's get some pink mica powder. Firework red, chain tack G, since it's beside of me. I don't think I've ever opened this one. Let me get it open. We're going to paint some cheeks. Okay. All right, I'm going to use a Q-tip. I don't know. Well, I don't know if the powder even stick to that. See if we can get it to paint his cheeks up. I'm going to have to clean up a little bit in this. I think that'll be good enough. You'll have some color, you know. Okay. Here we go. Now, I'll have to clean this up. Just going to round it. I don't want to take off all of my Vaseline or whatever that stuff is. You know, kind of weird though to have his cheeks down there. Maybe that's his nose, not his mouth. I don't know. Anyways. All right, guys, 15 minutes. We'll be back. Alrighty, guys, so it's been 15 minutes. Sorry. As I told y'all earlier, I'm the clumsiest person there ever is. Because I'm telling you, oh, I fell down the hill. I went to take some boxes down and slipped. Landed right on my hip and it jarred all the way through my shoulder. I'm going to be sore tomorrow. All right. So we're going to do 40 ounces or 40 grams for this one. I think 40 grams is going to be plenty. And we're going to do 2 ounces for that one. 2 ounces, we'll probably have some left for this. All right, this is part B. I hope these don't mix. So we're going to go to 20. I want to see if 20 grams is right on the 20 milliliter mark. They should be the same. We'll see. Almost. Come on. Almost there. A little tiny bit more. There we go. And where are we at? Just slightly above it. Hardly even enough to notice. Now part A. See if this goes up to the 40. These feel like they weigh about the same. They're supposed to. Almost there. Just about. A little bit more. Come on. Yeah. Good deal. Same thing, just barely above the 40, so good on that one. Let's do this one first. We're going to do pink. Let me wipe this off just in case. Alrighty, and we're going to do pink flocking powder for this one when it's done. Okay, this one doesn't seem like it had separated very much. So we're just going to mix that up pretty good. Wipe most of that off. I might need a little more than that. Alright, let's stick that in there. Move this pink out of the way. Oh, I'm definitely going to be sore tomorrow. It jarred all the way up to my shoulder. But it could have been worse. Could have broke something. Oh, it'd be horrible to break your tailbone. My sister did once. There's nothing that you can really do for a broken coccyx. All you can do is let it heal on its own. Very painful. But I didn't break anything. Just jarred myself. I didn't hit too hard either. I just slipped. I bet it would have been funny to watch, though. I'm glad nobody will. Somebody could have seen me in the neighborhood. I don't know. I don't think they did, though. Okay. Get that mixed up. I can see it on the sides. Guess this is why they say mix 3 to 5 minutes. Because that color is on the side of the cup still in there. I do want to make sure my color is mixed up very, very well. Let me scrape it off the stick. So I know I'm going to have a lot on there. There we go. Get that down in that. Maybe if I put this up here on it, put some of the silicone on it, or flex rubber or squishy gel. This is squishy gel. It looks like Pepto-Bismol. I think most pinks do look like Pepto-Bismol, but it is a pretty color. Even Pepto-Bismol is a pretty color. I remember being a kid, we used to love that stuff. Okay, I'm just trying to scrape the sides so I can see that color on the side. I did get most of the black out of there that I could. I don't want to pour this directly in the black. I'm afraid it'll bring it out. It's supposed to cure in 1 to 2 hours at 77 degrees, but I'm only 72.9 in here. But it has been 20 minutes now since I've mixed this as well. So let's see if we can get this down in there. Let me clean this stick up. Why in the world is that? I don't know. I think it's getting sticky maybe. It's stringing out from it. Maybe I took too long. But I didn't really mix it that long, did I? Alright, let's see if I can pour this. And I think it's going to mix with that black. Yeah, I can see the black coming out. So it's just going to mix with it. Okay. But we've got that one full. Guess we're going to mix some black in with the bear. I mean pink in with the black of the bear. I'm getting it backwards now. Is there a hair on that bear? I don't even know what kind of hair that is or where it came from. Okay. Now I don't want to do the little thing yet because I know it's going to mess his eyeballs and things up. Because that one did. Okay. There we go. I'm going to clean these up, guys. I think I'm going to give this about 30 minutes and then we'll come back and pour him. So I'll see you shortly. All right, guys. So it has been about 25 more minutes. We're going to go ahead and do this. I don't know if that's cured or not, but I'm going to go ahead and mix up 2 ounces. And this time we're just going to watch and do it this way. Okay. So I'm going to do 1 ounce of each. All right. There's one. That's part B. Now let's do one of part A. Okay. You know, I don't know if that'll be enough or not. Let's go ahead and no, we're going to stick with it because then we can put another color on top of him. I was just thinking about our bear. All right, and I'm going to go with this lighter color, and then we'll do the darker color on the main top. So let's just mix this one up a little bit here. I won't need much yet, so wipe it off. Okay. It doesn't take a lot of this to color your flex squishy gel. Keep forgetting what the name of it is. Squishy gel. All right. So we're going to try to get all this yellow mixed up here. He's going to be a big one. You can see the black floating and that pink, and I swirled this one over here to try to swirl the pink in since they weren't cured. Okay, scrape our stick so we can get all of that color mixed up. Get all that off there. Mix it. Like I said, it does suggest mixing 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, let's see if we can get that to kind of mix in. I don't want any uncured color in this, and I always worry about it when I use these. I'm worried I don't get it mixed up well enough. If I don't mix it up good enough, then my whole thing's not going to cure. I'll have spots, and you have to dig it out, and it makes holes. Okay. See, oops, I didn't mean to hit the camera, guys. I do see some on the side of the cup. I'm just trying to get it to mix up. Go around this the whole way. There's some. Scrape it. Okay. I don't see any more. Scrape our stick again. There's some more color. Now, I'm going to wipe this off and get all that color off there that's not mixing. That way, I know I don't have any left that's going to not mix. Okay, now just mix that one good little time. Okay, I think we're good. Scrape all that off. Clean my stick off here. Now, you can see how it degasses on its own. Hopefully, this doesn't run the black out. Hopefully, that black's cured enough that it's going to be okay. And we're just wanting to fill it up there. And our bear's not going to get any of this color. That was actually perfect. I was worried 2 ounces wouldn't be enough, and it was actually the right amount. We're going to mix up 2 ounces when we do the last color, just so we can finish the bear. So I think it'll only take another ounce. And we'll be able to finish our bear as well if we do 2. Okay, get all this color down in there. Make sure I don't have anything left, then I'm going to clean these cups and clean my silicone spatula off. Now this spatula I only use for silicone. I don't use it for anything else because I don't know if their squishy gel is like the flex rubber, but the flex rubber you cannot use the molds if you use the epoxy resin with it. It does interact per Bond Crafter. I didn't ask what it does, but they did tell me that it does interact and you can't use the same molds. So just make sure you don't mix your molds. Okay, guys? All right. I'm going to give, whoops, pulled that apart, didn't I? I'm going to give that one about an hour and let it do its thing, and then we'll come back and put our top layer on it. So see you guys shortly. All right, guys, so it's been an hour. This one I think is probably ready to demold, but we're going to let it go until this one. So we're going to mix up 2 ounces of our squishy gel. So let's get an ounce of this part B. And look at it at eye level. That way you know you get the correct amount. Because if you don't, you'll be short and it won't cure the same. And we're trying to make these sticky. All right. We're doing it exactly how the directions tell us to. Now part A. We're going to go up to 2. So another ounce. All right. There we go. Now, I'll put that away. We're going to use this dark color and see what it's like. Better clean that off. Okay, just in case. Mix that all up in there. This is going to be our last layer. Probably done these backwards, didn't I? But it doesn't matter. You can do them blue, purple, pink, however you want to do them. Okay, get most of that color off there. Just got a little bit. Probably more than what I need. And I got it on me. So it may have been this one that was leaking. I don't want to store that one. I gotta make sure I keep him straight up and down. Okay, and this is a orange color. That one was more yellow. And you mix 3 to 5 minutes, it says, even though I usually don't. I find that it tells you to mix 3 to 5 minutes, but you don't usually need that long. But it's best to do that to make sure it does cure. Guess I'm risking it not curing if I don't. Risking not having it mixed up as much. Silicone really doesn't need mixed up as well as resin does. And like I said, it's according to your ratios on this as to how sticky it is when it cures. Okay, so I got the sides done. Let's get all this color off the stick so that we can make sure we get every bit of the color that we can mixed up. Just press that down into there. We want to get that really mixed. I don't want any color that's not mixed end up in this, because if you do, that's where your uncured parts are going to be. And I want it to be completely cured to where we can put it in the flocking powder and stick it in the bags. And then when my grandbabies come down for Christmas next week, they're going to love these. Okay. All right, I think we're good. I'm getting a cramp in my hand. It's getting ready to lock up on me. I can feel it. Let's clean this off. Oh. Okay. Now, I don't think these will mix because I think that's cured up. Yeah, good deal. So an hour, let that cure. Okay. That is good. Now, hopefully we've got enough to finish off the bear. I hope. I don't think we're going to. I'm going to have to mix up another ounce. Poor little bear. And I'm not sure he's going to need a whole ounce. Maybe we'll do like, yeah, I'm thinking like 20 gram maybe 10 of each. Because I really don't need much. Let me see what all we can scrape out of here. I'm about to drop it. Okay. All right, that's probably all we're going to get. That heater's getting on my nerves. It only kicks on when I'm on video. Never kicks on when I'm just sitting around. Okay. There. I'm going to clean these up in just a minute. Let's turn the heater off. Get my little cup again. Let's see. Not that one. I gotta find it. There it is. Okay. Let's do 20. So, here's my part B. We'll go to 10. Okay. I'm just watching. There we go. There's 10. I'll get the lid on that. And now 10 of part A. So we're going to 20. Good deal. All right. Now, let's get a little color. Here we go. Get this mixed up. To me, I figure as long as you got the color all the way mixed in there with the silicone, then it should be mixed up very well. And if the color's not mixed, you know it's not mixed. Okay. I gotta definitely scrape the sides. I'm gonna make sure I don't have color anywhere on this cup, because then you know that part's not mixed. Okay. Now let's scrape our stick. See, that color on the stick came right off when I did it that way. Okay. Not quite as dark, and I think that's okay since our bear is going to be so many different colors. But my grandbabies won't care. They'll just be happy to have it. Okay. Get my little spatula here. Hopefully I didn't mix up too much. I'm going to try to pour it all the way around the edges. That way the color can definitely mix together there. Okay, I got a little too much. I don't know if I can put it in this or not. Okay, I got a little left. Curious. I really can't put that in anything else. I might can fit. I know I can't in that one, but I might get it to go in this one. Well, a little bit of it will. All right. You know, I'm going to see if I can get that to scrape all the way down. I know this is going to be crazy. And then I'm just going to let that drain right down the side there. And if it will cure up in this cup, then maybe we can have just like a little piece to throw in some flocking powder and just have like a little coin-like size piece. All right. Let me clean my spatula off. Because if this cures up, it's going to come right out of these cups anyways, I think. They usually do. And if not, that's not a lot to waste. But there's no point in putting it in a mold. Okay. Got my cup clean. Let me throw that back in my box. I'm going to need a third bag there. All right. So guys, let's see if we can get that to go all the way down. I do want every bit of that, if it will, to go all the way down. Here we go. All right, we'll let that cure up and hopefully be able to get it out of there. We'll see. Put my stir stick in my box. All right, guys. We're going to let all this cure. It says, oh, I'm overflowing. I bet y'all were screaming at me, saying, hey, it's overflowing, and I didn't notice. That's what I get for pouring more down in there, right? We'll just put it down in here. I want to just kind of stick it down in there and try to get that out that way. Okay. Hopefully that's all I need to get out. I don't know. I think a little bit more could do. Just a smidgen more. It doesn't need a lot. Okay, we'll have to trim that up when it's cured. Now let's see if we can get all this on the side to go down through there. Clean this up again. Let me get my stir stick back. You know, I bet I could find a small mold to put this in. Let's look and see. So I just don't know about leaving that in that cup. How much is that? Just a smidgen, isn't it? Nope, nope. No. Oh, I know I've got something I can put it in. No. How about a cross? Let me get the gasoline stuff. Shoosh. Boy, if I didn't get too much on that, didn't I? Wow, I gotta get that out of there. Like I've got it caked in that. Okay. Let's see if I can get all this out of there. Way too much. I can't get the corners. You know what I could do? A Q-tip. Right? I mean, the Q-tip's going to get it everywhere. And it'll get all that's caked in there out. Okay. Yeah, now we're good. Make sure it's everywhere. Yeah. All right. That will work. Now, cross squishies will be cute. Might have to do two. Nothing says you can't use a regular mold. All right, let's get another one. Now, I don't know if we'll have enough to completely fill the second one up. But I believe if I get all this that's overflowing on these, because this one's still overflowing a little bit. And I see this one has overflowed. So, get all that. I believe we'll have plenty to do the second one. I'm the world's worst to overflow molds and not judge how full they are. Okay, let's just dip down in there and take a little out. And I think that will be good. Okay. I think he's okay now. All right, I hope anyways. The star looks like it's good. All right. Now, we're going to take our Q-tip and get it a Vaseline on it, and then we're just going to roll it around. I think for these small molds, this is going to work better. Yeah, perfect. Make sure I don't have any caked up in the corners. There. All right. Now, we can do a second cross. We can put these in the same bag. Okay. Don't know if he'll hold what's left. There we go. This one's still got a little room. Take another drip or two anyways. Okay. You know, I believe that could hold more if I could prop the bottom up just a smidgen. It's this bottom area that is overflowing just a bit. Then I believe I can get the rest of that down in there and it won't overflow. And we've not wasted anything. Good deal. Now I can clean up. All right, guys, we're going to let all this cure up. We'll come back for a demold. See you shortly. Alrighty, guys, so it's been about an hour and a half. And we are going to try to demold these and put them through their flocking powder and things. Now this is the pink flocking powder. I'm just going to open this up and put this right down in that box. Okay. Now, I don't know if this goes on the outside of it or you put it in it, because it doesn't look like as much. So, I don't know. The jar's broke. But we're going to put these in these. Well, if I can hold on to it. Get everything out of there. Okay. Now we're going to see if we can get these to do how they're supposed to. Now, I do have lids for them. I'm afraid to touch it. I'm afraid it's going to get all over me. But it's got to be crumbled up. I can't have it chunky. Won't work, will it? So, let's break this up. I guess it's because it was so packed into that container. So I'm just making sure it's all broke up nicely. Okay. Now, let's see. So this pink is going to be for this little thing. So let's see if we can get it out. Since it's pink and black, it is sticky. My grandbabies love this stuff. I like the non-sticky one. They like it too. Okay. You can see how my black and pink kind of mixed. I should have let it set for longer. It's coming off nicely. Not stuck to the mold. Just pulling right off. Okay, and the last one here, if I can, there we go. Get that off there. Now we're going to throw it right down in there. We're going to put our lid on it. And we're going to put these, or I'm going to put this, if I can, because it kind of looks like sprinkles, right? Our waffle needs sprinkles. This is a thicker mold. I would suggest getting some of these little plastic containers for this, because then you can keep your stuff in it. Okay. Now let's see. It's coming out very well. Oh, there's the cheeks, or what I hope is cheeks. It's pulling the mica powder off with it. Let's see if the eyes and nose and things will come out. Okay, they did. We're almost there. My mica powder is still on the mold. It did kind of stain it a little bit. All right. They're kind of stuck together. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Oh. Now let's stick him in there. Now let's get another bowl, because we need one for those. So, you can get a whole kit of these in different shapes, sizes. Alright, so we're done with that one. Let's find the yellow flocking powder. I probably already put it up over here. So I just need to dig it out. There it is. And we're going to put it in here for those, if I can get it opened. There we go. And they do stuff it down in there. They pack it. That is for sure. Okay. There we go. Okay. I want to break this one up as well. Now, let's see if we can get this bear out and how it's going to look. It's going to look funky. For sure, it's going to look funky. Ear. Oh, a broken ear. Still down in there. Dang. Poor little bear. It was my fault. I wasn't careful enough. I knew better. Don't want to tear his leg off. There we go. Now let's see if I can get that tail out. Okay, I got the tail. So there's the bear. Okay, and then after we do the bear, we'll do the crosses. So, we've got our bags. Each one's going to get its bag. I'm just going to do this little ziplocky for these crosses. I don't see the point of putting it in a huge... Okay, and just shake it. I need to get this waffle up the other way. He's kind of... Just roll it around. All right. Now you're supposed to have a brush, right? I forgot a brush. Let me get one. So we got to brush these off. Oops. Dropped it. All right. Now after you do these, you kind of brush all the extra off, because you don't need it loaded. You just kind of want it to not be so sticky. So I'm just brushing all these extra sprinkles off. This way you're not wasting it and you can use it again. Okay. I need to get the bottom. It's got a lot of extra ones on it. Okay. think we're good. Now, get our little bag here and put this right down in it. And these are zip right up. And then you got your squishy. But it's so cute. I love that little waffle. Isn't that cute? You could do a white layer in the middle and make it look like a waffle sandwich. Because that's what it looks like. It's kind of like it's got whipped cream in the center. Squish, squish, squish. Okay, now we can put this one up. I don't need that stick. Now, let's try the flocking powder. Come on, flop, flop, flop around. And let's do little bear the same way. Just kind of shake them to let it get. However, all right. Now, I want to make sure my bag is open. And we're going to, wow, this one is really loaded. He is fuzzy. Do y'all remember the nursery rhyme? Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. I don't know why that just, I guess doing the bear and this being so fuzzy just reminded me of that. I hadn't thought about that since I was young. Or since my son was young, maybe. I'll have to tell my grandbabies about it now. All right. Just trying to get off all that extra flocking powder. Well, at least paws are supposed to be fuzzy though, right? Those are so cute. Isn't that cute? It gets its own little bag. Squish, squish, squish. I love them. I like these little bags. Okay, now I don't need any more pink. So we're done with that. We're done with these molds. Let me put them out of our way. Here we go. No point in having it still in our way. Well, this fuzzy is very fuzzy. We can't say he was a fuzzy wuzzy that had no hair. Well, he kind of looks cute with those different colors. They kind of turned out quite well. You don't see the pink. Maybe a little on his paw, maybe a little between the layers. But I really like him. I like him the two colors. Okay. I could probably brush off more than that, but I'm not going to. Isn't he cute? Still think I like the non-sticky better. But squish, 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 squish. Still just as easy to make. Alright. See if I can get the crosses out of these molds. Because these were my own molds. So, these were just regular molds that we bought. It's very small. It's coming out. Good deal, good deal. If I don't, I'm about to tear it in half. That's the problem. Is I can't get a hold of it. There we go. Here's that one. Just getting it started's the hard part. Once you've got it started, it comes right out. Drop that one in there. Now let's see if we can get this one. And this one's easier. Oh, I thought I was tearing the other one, but it's just where they're separated. I didn't tear it at all. Okay. Get that one in there. Now I'm going to sprinkle it on top just so I can shake them up and they don't get stuck to each other. And you don't need bowls this big. I've got smaller bowls over there, but I didn't know how big the waffle was going to be and if it would need a bigger bowl or not. And that's why I chose my bigger bowl. Okay. There we go. It's very pretty. Put that right down in there. We're going to put both of those together. This is a lot more work than the non-sticky ones. Okay. Now let's get the back. You definitely have to brush them off. Otherwise, there's too much flocking powder on them. And this is a non-toxic kit. So even the grandbabies can do it. Okay. Put that one in with there. Now we have two. Squish, squish, squish. That's really cute. All right, let me get this put up. I've made a mess. All right, I'm going to put those in my squishy box. Because like I said, once you use it for squishy, I don't know if it's the same with the squishy gel as it is for the flex rubber. But if you use the flex rubber, you can't use that mold with your epoxy. They do react per bond crafter. So I keep all of mine in a box together. That way I know I don't use it for, I don't mix. Now let's just see if I can get this. You know, my bug probably would have been better for that. Let's see. It'll vacuum that stuff up. There we go. I got it everywhere. Okay. All right. Alrighty, guys. So there's our squishies. I'll take some photos. I'm going to leave them in the bag when I take the photos, and I'll post them at the end, and I'll see you guys back for the next video. So bye for now.